What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slash here. We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
Together we are
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are. Okay, so this is technically your pick, but kind of.
That's a technicality. Yeah, this is a paid request, so I have no idea what we're getting into, honestly. But Jay normally does ask for good artists, so I mean, it's not a complaint. I just don't know what we're getting into.
So, fun little quick side story. She was like, "Hey, Jay did request."
It was Mike Hall, the Lacuna Coil, or what?
No.
Sorry.
So, she had said, "Hey, Jay had requested any song from Citizen Soldier."
That's true.
And I was like, okay. And no matter how many times I read it, I still, in YouTube, typed in Citizen Kane. And my mind even went, motherfucker, I'm not reacting to a movie.
What does he mean, any Citizen Kane? No.
There's only one. But
right.
No, it was Citizen Soldier. And so what I did, I looked at their albums, and their newest album is called Down the Rabbit Hole. I was like, that's the album we're going to go with because it's an Alice reference.
Yeah, kind of fun.
And then I looked at all the songs on it, and I was actually looking for a song. Maybe there's like a title track.
Right.
There's not.
Oh. Well.
But there is this song, which is called Hope It Haunts You. They have an official lyric video for it.
It's a good title.
And that's why I went with it.
Yeah.
It was my favorite title.
Okay, all right.
Off of that album.
That's a really good way to pick. Yeah. I agree.
It's kind of how I ran
completely. Yeah.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to react to this. We're going to slash it up. We're going to do some things.
There's going to be commentary. This is a reaction channel. There will be pauses.
My mind just 100% crapped on itself.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
My bad, y'all. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to slash it up and break it down. This is Citizen Soldier. Hope it haunts you. Let's get it. Go subscribe.
That too. Ring the bell.
That was loud.
Really loud.
Okay. Okay, first off, I'm already liking the lyrics and the wordplay.
Right.
Because he had started off talking about flesh and bone. I gave you all of me.
Right.
Like, stripped himself down completely.
To just flesh and bone.
To just flesh and bone.
Right. Left him empty. So, like, all the organs and stuff are gone. As well as, obviously, emotions and everything. It's the
right.
wordplay. I loved how it started, too. Just
yes
the
and
musical intro.
The intro was soft enough. I thought I was going to have to turn it up, and I almost did, and I'm glad I didn't now.
It tricked you.
I wish there just wasn't that much of a vast jump.
Okay, I mean, like, could have been a lead-in, because we don't know the previous track.
Right.
I mean, I get what you're saying, although I'm used to rock music doing that, so... I mean...
No, I mean... You can still be soft and still be loud.
Right. It's the balancing.
Like I said, I'm used to rock songs having a soft intro, but in terms of loudness, it still matches the rest of the song. And this didn't. It legit felt like it was way lower.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I do understand what you're saying.
But I love after that.
Right.
So far.
I really like the aesthetics too. The Violet Woods. It reminds me of Birthday Massacre. They do absolutely everything in violet.
Right.
My regret is all that's left of me. let you in so deep, can't get you out, I'm seeing red. I can't forget, you're always in my head. You stole my sanity, I'll never be the same. I hope it someday you'll face the truth when karma comes for you.
Woo! I like that.
The flip into his head voice. He has a beautiful voice.
He does.
Beautiful voice. I also like that it gets aggressive, and then he can do that sweet little flip into his head voice. I also like the message. I am just petty enough that this message is super fitting. True. Like, we've said this in previous reactions, like, I think on the Evanescence stuff. Like, I don't leave a relationship and, like, wish the worst for the person. I, like, nothing them almost. Like, I'm very apathetic because by the time I leave, I'm done. I don't wish them well either. Mm-hmm. That was Atlas. That's when we were talking about it. I don't wish them well. But, like, there have been a couple relationships that I'm like, I'm not wishing you evil, but I would like to be there when karma comes around. Mm-hmm. Like, I hope it haunts you. I hope you realize you fucked up. Right. Don't think you will, by the way. Like, don't think they did. But, like, I hope at some point. So I like this message. I'm like, I get it.
Left to me on the floor and set it all on fire. Found me so insecure. My weakness got you higher. I let you in so deep, can't get you out, I'm seeing red. I can't forget, you're always in my head. You stole my sanity, I'll never be the same. I hope it haunts you. Someday you'll face the truth when karma comes for you. I hope it haunts you.
It's really pretty. Really like his voice.
Me too.
Now, the way that he talks about, like, he can't forget it, you're always on my head, like, he is letting the person live their rent-free.
Right.
Now, I have some situations that I cannot forget simply because they were so traumatic. I, unfortunately, have had those. And I am of the belief that this whole concept of forgive and forget is some kind of bullshit.
Right.
Because, honestly, those particular situations that I'm talking about, which I won't get into right now, I took so long because, like he said, you found me when I was insecure. My insecurity got you higher. Same kind of situation. Also found me when I was naive, when I was young, when I was alone, that kind of thing.
Right.
Like, it took me so long to realize how fucked up the situation was that my anger was justified. And I don't need to forgive the person. Do I need to move on and get on with my life? Sure, yeah, fine. But I don't need to forgive those actions. Because, again, like, I'm proud of me for finally getting pissed off and realizing I didn't deserve that. I mean, it legit took that long. Right. And also the forget part, that's just not going to happen. Like, I have a great memory. I have had people, like for more minor things that were problematic. Like, sure, maybe I will forgive you for that. But does that mean that I ever restore, like, 100% of my trust? No, because I can't forget.
Right.
It will always be there, and it is going to be part of all of my future decisions. But I also think that that's smart. Like, that's I mean, historically, that's what humanity does, and it's a huge problem. We try and forget the past, we don't teach future generations, and why do we think we keep ending up in the same place? No.
Now, this is actually in one area you and I do think differently. Because I am very much a forgiving person. Regardless of the amount of traumaticness that it is.
Right?
And I learned to do that so that it doesn't eat at me.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying you just jump right in to forgiveness. Like, oh, you fucked me over yesterday, but I forgive you. Like, it is something that does take time for me.
Right.
But eventually I do. And I don't forget it.
Right.
But I definitely lock it out of my mind and don't think about it.
But I think there's a drastic difference between, like I said, do I need to get over it and move on? Yeah. And I do. And that's why I said, you know, he's letting this person live rent-free. I'm assuming this is relatively soon after whatever happened, because it does take a while to process and heal. Do I need to heal from it? Absolutely. Have I worked on myself? Have I healed from this stuff? Yeah. That doesn't mean I need to forgive it. Like, if you are the type of person that needs to actually forgive, like you have to think it through, you have to forgive in order to let it go, then that's your form of healing. Like, and I'm, again, that's fine, but I don't think we should go around telling people, oh, honey, you need to forgive and forget. No, that's bullshit. People heal their own way, and sometimes the anger is justified. I don't carry it around with me. I've healed from it. I still don't forgive the person, though. I mean, it's just a different perspective, I guess. Some people would say I have forgiven it because I've moved past it. I've healed. It's like, I still kind of want to see karma bite you in the ass, but like, honestly, I hope you're different because I hope you're not affecting other people as toxically as you did me. So therefore, there has to be some kind of like, I honestly hope you're doing okay, because if you're not, that means other people are suffering, not you.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that I have to actually rationalize a forgiveness in my brain, because there is no justification for what they did. You know what I mean? It's just a different perspective. It's not like hands down like I can't move past it type of not forgiving them. You're like, yeah, got it. Let's moving on.
I'm drinking the water out of my hair.
Okay. Because you don't have Mountain Dew right here.
Sure.
Got it. I like that. I really like that. Again, like the rest of the message, I completely get. Like, and I think that is kind of like the moving past it. Like, I have to live with the fact that you don't recognize that living with you was torture. And that you were absolutely toxic.
Right.
But I think that if you've been through something like that, like you have to realize it, you have to internalize that fact, and then you have to heal and get over it on your own. Some people legit have to forgive that person without maybe even saying it out loud, but they have to forgive it to move on. I did not have to. Because I, again, was proud of myself for my justified anger. And he kept saying, like, I'm seeing red. Because I don't think he's talking to the person. I think this is, like, a venting in his mind type thing. And it is healing and closure. So that he went through all of this and dealt with all of this makes him angry. But again, it's that justified kind of anger. And, someday they may have to face the truth. Not necessarily what they did to individual people, but just that they're probably a shit in general when karma comes. And I know I won't be around there to see it happen, and therefore I have to live with it and move past it and get on with my own life, and that's no longer a part. However, like you said, you'll no longer be the same. Every relationship, good or bad, changes you.
That's exactly where I was going to go. You jerk.
Oops.
It does not hamper the song for me whatsoever. I absolutely loved this song. But I definitely hate phrases like "I'll never be the same" in the context that it's used here. Because every single relationship, good or bad, I have ever been in, once it's over, I'm not the same person I was before.
And honestly, you shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be. Like, 9 times out of 10, it's usually for the better.
Right.
There might have been once it was for the worse.
Well, I mean, like, or you can be worse afterwards for a period of time, but then you recognize it. And, like, it's part of the maturing process, honestly.
Right.
You realize, even if it's a good relationship, but it ends because you guys diverge in your past or whatever, like, you recognize what was good about it, what you're looking for in the next person, what maybe you need to work on for yourself.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I just, again, he is correct in what he said, but I kind of agree with you that it's just sort of a blanket statement. You shouldn't be the same. I get it.
But
I get it.
I also understand it in the way that he's using it, depending on how fucked up it was.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally, just...
Yeah.
He might not be the same. He might be more paranoid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The relationships that I was in, unfortunately, I really had to work on myself when I recognized some of the stuff that I became worried about. Like, it just had happened one time too many. Like, was I seeing red flags when there weren't any? Like, was I overthinking the situation?
Right.
And it took a long time for me to let people in enough. And I realized that was a problem with me. I mean, it's hard for me anyway because I'm an introvert, but like, so I it made complete sense in the context he used it. But, yeah, anything you go through should change you.
True.
Yeah. So, I really liked it. I would be interested in checking out more stuff from them. I liked his sound a lot. So, yeah.
Alright, guys. So, with that being said, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below. What did you think of Citizen Soldier with Hope It Haunts You? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter, if you want a quicker response.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Can't wait to see depraved people later. Peace.